And there have been a lot of events lately in Belarus because there was a protest movement there over the past month that has really shaken up things there. So these two presidents were no doubt going to be talking about security and talking about how they kind of cement their cement the authority to hold on power, of course.
And again, I want to get for our viewers a good sense, and you've given us a really interesting perspective and historical antecedent to why St. Petersburg is such an important city. It's obviously not the capital, but it is sort of the cultural capital. So where is this train station, Alec, in relation to some of the sort of the beautiful architecture, the beautiful buildings that exist in St. Petersburg? Where is this particular train station?
Well, so what we know that these explosions happened in Semnaya Square and Technical Institute. And Semnaya Square is right in the center of St. Petersburg. It's just a short walk from the Gostiny Dvor, which is this kind of large kind of shopping mall. It's historically been a market for merchants. It's just a short walk from Nevsky Prospect, which is the main street of St. Petersburg. It's a short walk from all these famous churches and Tsarist era buildings that St. Petersburg is famous for. It's right just a hop, skip, and a jump away from many of the canals that crisscross the city. So this is very much the heart of St. Petersburg that was struck today. A very important area that's been a center of commerce for centuries, Semnaya Square, and also, as I mentioned, an important transport hub where people make a transfer from different subway trains and also to the bus routes and the minibus routes that are also very important in the city's transportation structure.
Ron, I know you've been standing by, and I wanted to ask you, we have been talking about the Russian issues with fighters coming from the Northern Caucasus, and they've had a number of terrorist attacks over the last decade or so with fighters coming from this region. But those fighters and their actions have spilled out beyond the borders of Russia. I talked about the terrorist attack on the airport in Turkey. The people who were identified there were both from regions in the Northern Caucasus, and we've been talking about some of those fighters going to fight in Syria along with ISIS and returning, and apparently they're particularly feared. But can you tell me a little bit more about the concern about this region being a hotbed for terrorists?
Well, it's a hotbed not only directed to their own independence, which impacts both Chechnya and the Dagestan area. You remember the Boston bombers had traveled to, I believe, North Dagestan prior to the Boston attacks, and there is some belief that they were inspired to attack there, and some of this is about independence, but some of about Islamic extremism. There are plenty of Muslims in these areas, and there is an opportunity for radicalization and those who want to join the jihad. And given its proximity, not very far at all from Turkey, not very far at all from St. Petersburg. So there could be some mixed motives here, or there could be some clear motives. One of them may be Islamic extremism. These guys, are very capable. Plenty of folks in that region have traveled to Syria and war-torn Iraq to, play a role in the ISIS battlefield. It's very concerning. It's a concern, as we have discussed many times across Europe. Domestic travelers who go to ISIS territories for jihad and then return home. Inspired to fight, and it remains to be seen what the impact of that, if any, is on this case. There's also a concern about the former Russian republics, Estonia and Lithuania and Latvia, and it'll be interesting to see what Putin does geopolitically, what he tells the world about these attacks. You know, is there a false flag that he might wave or a finger that he might point? Of course, you also have events in Ukraine that are not very far away either that could provide someone a motive to be involved in a violent attack.
Indeed. We just want to sort of reset for everyone here and for those people watching here in the U.S. and around the world. This is what we are discussing now. What looks like a terrorist attack in St. Petersburg, Russia's second largest city. 10 people killed and 50 injured. Now, things are in flux, but what we are hearing is that there was a bomb explosion on a metro train. Initially, the reports were that it was at a train station. It may, in fact, have been an explosion between two train stations. Initially, there was a report of 2 bombs. It may have been, in fact, 1 bomb. And we're also getting a report of authorities discovering at least 1 additional unexploded bomb.